And I'm back. Hey guys, I'm so excited to come again. All right, Warriors Quest is live. I'm your host, Jared A. Brown, and we've got a kidney warrior. I'm here again, and I'm going to be interviewing a kidney warrior looking for a kidney donor. All right, y'all are in for a ride. Boom, knock it out of the ballpark tonight. That's what we're going to do. So I've got a kidney warrior, all right, who's going to be telling you his story, who's going to be giving you his history about what he's been doing and what he's doing now, all right, to find a living kidney donor. So I'm excited to bring on somebody that my twin brother is advocating for currently. Jeffrey A. Brown is advocating for him. Man, I'm excited to bring on TJ. So before I bring on, all right, TJ Silkowski, I'm going to give him a very special welcome, a very, very special guest welcome, VIP. Boom, boom, boom. What is up, TJ? What is going on?
How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How's that intro, man? Make you feel like a rock star?
Yeah, definitely. It's pretty cool.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on Warriors Quest, brother. I'm happy to have you on.
Well, thanks for having me.
You're welcome, man. This is awesome. I'm glad we got finally made this happen. This is cool. Please introduce yourself. Let's give our followers a little introduction. Let them know where you're from, what you're all about.
My name's TJ Silkowski. I'm from Naugatuck, Connecticut originally. Currently living in Newtown, Connecticut. I just came back to Connecticut. I went to Pennsylvania for a few years. Now I'm here, and unfortunately looking for a kidney. But you know, keeping my spirits up, staying positive.
Very nice. All right.
Help your brother. It's, you know, you guys are fantastic.
Yeah, he's relentless, isn't he?
Well, both of you are.
Yeah.
Hey.
For sure, yeah. Hey, thanks for watching, Elizabeth Sterling. Thanks for watching. She's an avid follower. Man, I love the support she gives us. So how long have you had kidney disease, and how did you find out? When were you diagnosed with kidney disease?
Well, I've had it since day one, since birth.
All right.
I was born with one kidney.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that one kidney needed to be, I needed to have surgery on it when I was young to make it work. And it lasted up into my 20s. And then, unfortunately, I lost the kidney, and I had to get my first kidney transplant. Then I got the kidney transplant. That lasted for about 14 years.
14 years, okay.
Yeah, and it's been about 6 years now that I'm looking for a kidney again, unfortunately.
All right. How long has it been again since you've been looking for another kidney?
6 years.
6 years. Okay, yeah. 6 years. All right, 6 years is a long time on dialysis for anybody.
Yes, it feels like an eternity.
But I can only imagine. That's what a lot of kidney warriors that I interview tell me. You know, it takes a toll on you emotionally. It takes a toll on you physically. So speaking of emotionally, so when they were preparing you for when your transplanted kidney was either rejecting or you were at the end of your rope, so to speak, with your transplanted kidney, what were your emotions at that point, you know, when when the doctor was going to tell you were going to be back on dialysis? How did that make you feel?
I don't know. I think I was ready for it. I mean, it's part of my life. It's been part of my life forever.
Okay.
them that something, it's not going to be a nice paved road. It's going to
Right.
be a road. I'm gonna have problems. So I don't know. I kind of take that type of stuff pretty well.
Uh-huh.
I mean, as well as you can take it, I guess.
Right, right. Well, it's a good way to do things, or to react to things, that is. If you can try to make the best out of anything that happens, man, that's awesome. It's not easy to do every time, but
No, I try. I mean, it's not every time, but I try my best to stay positive. It's all you can do.
that is all you can do. You're right, because it's not an easy thing, man. You battle every day. So, so you were from Pennsylvania originally, and then you went to Connecticut?
No, I'm from Connecticut originally. And then
Okay, from Connecticut.
When I got sick the first time, or the second time, we moved to Pennsylvania.
Okay.
I married at that time.
All right.
Then we stayed there for about 5 or 6 years, and then I came back.
Uh-huh.
And I've been here maybe about 2 years now or so since.
All right. Okay. And and what form of dialysis are you doing? What did you choose as far as your form of dialysis that you do?
I'm on hemodialysis right now.
Okay.
So I go to clinic, and
All
I
right.
sit about 3.5, 4 hours
Mm-hmm.
a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. First thing in the morning.
All right. You prefer early in the morning then, huh, brother?
I want to get it over with.
All right. I don't blame you. Get it done, get it over with, get on with your day, right?
Right. Well, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Get it out of your way, move forward, you do what you got to do. Dialysis can help people feel differently. Some people feel refreshed. Some people feel exhausted afterwards. Some people, are all right. Give me an idea or synopsis of your typical day after you've been dialyzed, after you've had dialysis. How does that typically make you feel?
A little drained. I mean, I guess even on a good day, you feel somewhat drained out.
Uh-huh.
You have good days when you come off of it. You don't feel bad at all. You actually feel like you can do something. You feel, kind of, pumped up a little bit.
Okay.
But then there's a lot of days you don't feel like that.
Yeah.
So typically I come home, I try to relax for a while. Sometimes I take a nap because it takes a lot out of you. So those would be the typical days, I guess, the average day.
Mm-hmm.
Good day, that would be, every so often. If you had a bad day, that's, the same way.
Okay.
So typically, I kind of relax and take it in stride. Usually I have something to do, a doctor's appointment or something like that.
All right. So when you say that sometimes you'll take a nap, is it because it makes you feel wiped out afterwards sometimes?
Yeah. You feel drained out, like almost like as if you did a lot of exercising, and the sweat, the huffing and puffing. God bless you.
Excuse me. Thank you.
So it feels kind of like that. You're drained out. You feel like zonked out, like somebody took all the good stuff out of you, and you're just all tuckered out.
Yeah, and many kidney warriors have explained or described that feeling to me, and it's almost as though you feel like a zombie before you go to dialysis because you've got all these toxins in your body. And so you go to dialysis so that you can get those toxins out. You go to dialysis, sometimes they cannulate you wrong, you get infiltrated, or maybe you have a good dialysis where maybe they don't infiltrate you, but afterwards, for whatever reason, you just feel zapped and wiped out, and it's exhausting because it takes a toll on you. And so it's almost as though before you go, you're wiped out, and then when you get back, you're wiped out.
Yeah.
So it's is there a little bit of a difference between how you feel wiped out before and after, or is it about the same?
Well, beforehand, I go early in the morning, so
Yeah.
I'm just waking up. I have a coffee, let my dog out, and I go.
All right.
I'm kind of, still morning face and morning head anyways. So
Okay.
I honked out anyway. But
Right. Okay.
when I get there, I like to take a nap. I like to do that. It makes the time go by faster.
Okay.
So that's what I try to do. So usually when I get there, within an hour or so, I take a nap, and maybe I sleep 2.5 hours or so, and then I'm still there. I watch TV or whatever.
All right. All right. We got about 10 people watching live right now. I'd like to see some comments, please, for other people that, your experiences in center, whether it's brief and then you went to home dialysis afterwards, you did home hemo. Let me know what your experiences are. Comment below, please, and let us know what you think. And if you have had good experiences, and if you feel generally refreshed after dialysis, or if you generally feel wiped out like he's saying, because many kidney warriors have told me the same thing. So, all right. So TJ, man, it's they tell you, and many people say, that dialysis is meant to make you feel better. And I hear this, but then I hear also the honesty from kidney warriors like yourself that tell me that, man, I sometimes do, but sometimes I just feel wiped out. So what do you maybe, what do you attest that? How do you, what do you think? Why do you think that's the case? Do you think it's because maybe it's done differently every time, just a little bit, where maybe the technician does his best or her best, but they move something, they do something differently, and maybe it's not the same? Why do you think maybe there are some days you feel better and some days you don't?
I think it's because some days they take more off of you, and some days they, than others. It depends on what your dry weight is when you're going in there. How much fluid you consumed between your last dialysis and the time that you're going now.
All right. Okay.
So if you put on a lot, then they're going to take a lot from you, which is going to drain you more. It's going to, it's more exerting on your body. So
okay. So your dry weight.
Right, your dry weight, whatever your dry weight is, they go off of that. And it's off of that from whatever it is, they take off X amount.
Okay.
And how much that is, for me anyways, how much that is determines if it's going to wipe me out more or not. Or have, anyways.
All right. So we got Chris Acosta watching. What up, Chris? He's from California, and Steve Belcher is in California. We'll be meeting up with Chris later this week. Thanks for watching, Chris. He says he's on dialysis as well, TJ, and he's saying that some days are good for him, some days are bad, good or tiring. We keep trucking, and he's in a very similar way. Chris Acosta has a very positive, very good outlook, and I admire that about him, and I admire that about you, because what you're going through, you're putting the boxing gloves on every day, brother. It's not easy, man. And I love it that you try to keep a good attitude. It's not easy. So, all right, we've got Lisa Baxter watching. Thanks for watching, Lisa. All right, and Chris is talking about the cramps. How about you, TJ? What can you talk to me about cramps? How often do you get them?
I never get cramps.
You never get cramps. All right.
I've gotten them before, but I haven't gotten them in years.
All right. Every story is just a little different. Yeah. All right. So sharing is caring, Lisa. Thanks for sharing. All right. Steve's not there yet. He says he's going to be in California tomorrow. Okay. Lisa says, what up? Or hey, TJ. And thanks for watching, Martin Petto. All right. So TJ, man, the cramping. I envy you. I get Charlie horses in my feet, and I'm not even on dialysis. I envy you, brother.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Maybe you're watching your fluids really well, huh?
Yeah, well, I'm over my weight.
All right.
I mean, it's hard not to be, but I don't know. I don't ever get cramps.
All right. Well, how many hours are you doing dialysis on an average?
I do it 4 hours.
4 hours. Okay. All right. So thanks for watching. And Elizabeth, you're totally right. TJ, I think you would agree with me. Attitude is half the battle.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. If we can smile and be content, even with our circumstances being difficult, just the smiling part will help us get through something difficult. All right. So Lisa got the cramps. When they pull off too much fluid, she's referring that she got cramps. So I hear it's painful.
Yeah,
I think.
Or they are. They're definitely not comfortable.
Yeah, my dad used to call them Charlie horses.
Yeah.
Is that a term you're familiar with too, or is that just something from my area?
We used to give them Charlie horses.
Okay, all right. All right. So talk to me a little bit about how you grew up. When you grew up and you only had one kidney, what were your parents doing? Did they kind of mother hen you a little bit because you only had one kidney, or how did that prevent you from maybe doing other things that maybe other people did?
Yeah, it definitely did. As a kid, they didn't let me play any contact sports. I could play it out in the yard or whatever.
All right. Yeah.
I couldn't go to like little league or
recreation leagues.
They were too scared to let me do that.
Okay.
But that would be about it.
Okay.
Otherwise, I was into everything.
Okay. So, do you enjoy sports, or what kind of hobbies do you have?
Well, I drive remote control cars.
Okay.
Grade remote control cars.
Uh-huh.
I do like some sports. I like watching baseball. I'm a Boston fan. I do like some football. Just basketball, not so much. I don't really get it. Baseball and football, I watch those.
Okay.
Basically, just drive remote control cars is my only hobby. It's a pretty big hobby as is. So
that is a good hobby. Keeps you busy, huh?
Yeah, it does, definitely.
All right. So we got some people asking, what type of access do you have? Do you have a fistula or a catheter?
Yeah, I do have a fistula. I have a fistula in my arm.
Okay.
Yep.
Is it okay if I ask you if you show the folks your fistula and I'll put you on solo?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, I got Band-Aids.
All right.
Today.
Okay.
Here it is. I don't have no bumps, no nothing.
All right. All right. What kind of tattoo do you have there, buddy?
That's an old tattoo. It's just a couple faces, theater faces.
All right. All right. Okay.
Yeah. Gotcha. So I don't have any bumps or anything. So far, so good.
All right. All right. And so you've had that for how long have you had the fistula then?
How long have I been doing hemodialysis? I don't know, maybe 4 years or so.
All right. All right. That's not bad then. Yeah. Not bad at all. And how has it gone pretty smoothly? No clots or?
I've had one clot so far. But I was in the hospital for that.
Okay.
I forget what I was there for, but it happened there.
Okay.
But otherwise than that, yeah, so far so good. They say I have a really good access point.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Lisa Baxter's saying you got to look at it as dialysis saving your life, and it is. It is a life support. It is, a way to support your life and give you life. So it is, so I do agree that you have to look at it as positive as you can and look at ways to say this is something that's giving me an additional life. And if without it, I'd have all these toxins and eventually I would not be able to survive because of all the toxins and I'm not be able to filter them out. So I totally agree with that. What up, Kathy? Thanks for watching, Kathy. But your frame of mind, and she says your frame of mind and spirit is very important. It is a way to support your life, but as you put it, and I agree with you, is that it's not an easy thing. And that's why, again, I respect you and Chris and anybody else who's on dialysis who tries to share smiles and tries to have a good outlook, because it can leave you wiped out. It can leave you drained, emotionally, physically, and so there are many things, that this can do and take a toll on your body. And so, it's not, and it certainly isn't bad if we can actually come to terms in regards to our feelings and what it does in regards to making us feel. What's on the day that you have a bad day, who do you have to go to, or who can you go to lift your spirits up? Or can you tell us about maybe your support system or what you have?
I have my aunt's here, my sister, my niece, and believe it or not, my dog.
All right. I love dogs. What kind of dog do you have?
I have a border collie.
All right, border collie, right on.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, Steve says your access looks really good for 4 years too. I totally agree.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it looks really good, man. He says you probably take care of it too. Do you you watch it like a hawk, or do you make sure everybody?
I take care. I mean, I pay attention to it. I don't know how much maintenance you can actually do to it, but I mean, I pay attention to it, and I pay attention to when I'm at the getting candelated.
Okay.
I don't. If there's something wrong, I stop the whole thing. I don't let them do it.
All right, right on. You speak your mind then. I love that.
Out about it.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to speak up.
I mean, I have to deal with that. I have to keep that for the rest of my life. If they up, it's me that has to pay for it, not them.
Right.
So I don't let anybody mess with it. If I don't trust them, I'll tell them right there. They're not going to do it.
Right on. Love it. That's awesome. Be your own advocate, right, everyone? So please comment below if you have been your own advocate and you've spoken up as well when you've been on dialysis in center and you've had to speak your mind. Please comment below. Yeah, I'd like to hear other people who have been able to say something to a tech or somebody, just to let them know and give them maybe a frank discussion, which is good because, I always believe as long as you're saying it frankly, but you're not yelling or raising your voice, and I think you can do that. You can still, you know what I mean? You can say it professionally and focus on not yelling or screaming, and you can still be blunt and direct and get your point across. You know what I mean?
Definitely. And you have to. I mean, it's like I said, if something happens to that, what are you going to do? You own that arm. I mean, otherwise than that, you can put it somewhere else, but you have to go through all that to do that all over again. No way. I let them know. Like you yell at them. I tell them politely that you need to get somebody else to do it. No offense, but that's the way it is.
Have you ever had a time where maybe you were infiltrated, or maybe they tried to cannulate you and it went wrong, or?
That's why I do it. That's exactly because of that reason. I was in Pennsylvania because I started hemo in Pennsylvania. So I started it there. That's where I used to go, and it happened there. And that is the reason why I speak my mind, because I don't want it to happen again. I don't want it to ruin it. Yeah,
it helped you learn a lesson, a valuable lesson, and then you paid attention a whole lot more, is what it sounds like, right?
Definitely.
All right, cool.
Together, but when they cannulate you, you can't see what they're doing anyway. So if they do it, then you can't tell what they're doing anyways. Until you feel.
So how does that feel when that happens? I mean,
it hurts. It feels like you got stuck in the arm with something.
All right.
Hurts.
Feels like you've been stabbed, maybe?
Yeah, that's exactly what it feels like. It's not a good feeling.
All right. And blood kind of squirting, or give me an idea of maybe how that looks. Or
Yeah, it's nothing like that. You just feel it, and
Uh-huh.
right, because you feel it happen 100 times already. So you
Yeah.
know
You know
feeling
what
it.
it feels like normally. Okay.
So once it's going wrong, you could tell that it's going wrong. Or if the needles are sitting in there wrong, you could tell that it's,
Mm-hmm.
and then you ask them to fix it, and they say, usually comes out pretty good.
Okay. All right. And usually when you've had to do that, it usually it's gone pretty well. You've been able to kind of maybe finesse and build somewhat of a good rapport or relationship with these people.
Oh, definitely,
All
definitely.
right, good, good. So, have you been able to befriend or maybe talk to anybody else that's maybe getting dialyzed next to you, or is it maybe just everybody's, into their own little world when they go there?
Yeah, everybody. Well, you're you're kind of spaced apart. At least at my clinic, you're kind of spaced apart.
Mm-hmm.
People are sleeping or watching TV. They have headphones on. There's not too much conversation going on between patients.
Okay. Well, thanks for watching, Gerald. Gerald White's watching. Thanks for watching. He's asking, what tips can you share to limit fluid intake?
It's just me personally, I just habit. I try not to drink a lot, and now I
Uh,
don't drink a lot. My habit is coffee. I love coffee.
all right. Okay, that's your advice.
I spend my fluid intake on coffee.
Some coffee. Okay. How do
Yep.
you like your coffee?
Right. That's where it goes. It goes into coffee. But
All
otherwise,
right.
I'm at, like, if I go get something to eat somewheres, or I barely ever drink. I just use it just to wash down my food, and then that's it.
Uh-huh.
I don't ever finish my sodas or nothing. It's just habit now. I just don't do it. It's part of life.
Uh-huh. Well, how do you drink your coffee? Do you do it all black or do you like cream? What do you do it? How do you do it?
I put a little bit of cream and a little bit of sugar,
Uh-huh. All right.
just a little bit of each, and I'm good.
All right. Cool, cool. Chris says he befriended a pastor when he was at his center. He's an amazing person. So, sometimes there are some unique relationships, unique, bonds that you can make. So Lisa's sharing here that the needle, the 15 gauge needle is probably not her most favorite needle. It's probably the one that you have, I'm guessing, or no?
I'm not even sure what gauge needle I'm at. I
All
would
right.
have wherever it plateaus at. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what gauge. I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna
All
ask.
right. Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, it's a good question. Um, and then he says crush ice over a cup of water. So he's probably still giving his answer to the fluid intake still. That's good.
Oh yeah,
Uh
yeah.
huh. He says, me too. Okay. All right. Right. All right. Many patients drink coffee before dialysis. So Steve thinks, and he says that's very common. So, maybe that's a way to kind of, to relax. Many people have their things,
Yeah,
that
oh,
works. Yeah, it works for you, huh?
yeah, definitely.
All right. All right. So, Lisa's also saying I was the advocate and PAC representative at two of her centers. So, have you ever thought about maybe being an advocate or a PAC representative at any of your centers?
No, no, that's not really my type of thing.
All right. That's not your cup of tea.
No, I could help with something like that, but I
Yeah.
would be the front runner there.
Okay. And what about sleeping? Do you get insomnia at all?
I used to. I don't anymore. In the very beginning, I had the worst time sleeping. It was so hard to sleep.
Uh-huh.
You dreaded it. But now I'm fine. I don't have
Okay.
problems.
So sleeping with your fistula, you're just so used to sleeping on one side that it's no big deal anymore.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't sleep on that side.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right. And so Steve says smoke cigarettes. Is that a vice too, or just you just make sure that you're drinking the coffee before you go to dialysis?
Just the coffee. No more cigarettes.
All right, all right. All right, Gerald, I only use 4-ounce cups. Okay, that's one way that you do it, Gerald.
Yep.
That's a good tip. And Steve says, and this is what I thought he meant, before dialysis to calm the nerves. So, and so cigarettes, sometimes can help people calm their nerves.
Right.
Yeah, and I get that. I do. People do many things. I've heard of course, I've interviewed kidney warriors who smoke marijuana, medicinal marijuana, or recreational marijuana in California, or CBD. There are many things that kind of help your nerves and keep your anxiety down. Not many patients smoke cigarettes. Okay, maybe that's not the thing anymore. Maybe maybe there are different methods, right? There are different ways to keep calm.
Yeah.
So remote control cars. Now, talk to me a little bit about that. I want to go back to that. You mentioned that earlier. So explain to me what kind of remote cars you're talking about, how big, how small, and how you got into that.
They're hobby grade. They're 1/10 scale is what I drive. And there's a couple tracks around here that you can door tracks. They're like mine is like a short course truck that you see on TV driving around, like in a race. It's like that short course truck. And I don't know, they're fun. You drive them on. You could drive them on the outdoor tracks or the indoor tracks. Over here in Waterbury, there's an indoor track, and Enfield, there's a big place that has multiple tracks there, and that's where I'm going to start to go up to start practicing on tracks and maybe get into or something.
So are we talking like a little bit smaller than a go-kart, or how big are these cars that you're talking about?
They're like well, there you go, right here.
All right, cool. Yeah, show us. Let me push it solo.
That's two of mine right there.
Oh, right on. That's cool. That's cool. All right. How did you get into that hobby, TJ?
Well, I got into it a long time ago. When I was young, I was a kid. All of us got into it, in my neighborhood, and then it phased out, and then I got back into it again now just to pick it up because it's something that I can do. Being where we are, we can't do too much physical stuff. So this isn't physical at all. This is, the most physical thing is if something breaks or you want to modify something, you're fixing it. You're using wrenches and screwdrivers and whatnot. But it's not a physical hobby. So I can do it without problems, without any issue. So, and it's I love it. It's fun.
Very cool. So, hobbies are great. Man, I applaud you for finding something that's a hobby because you can channel your energies into something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you can find something you enjoy and you have passion, like genuine passion for something, then, it can literally transform you into a different world when you're focusing on that. You know what I mean? It's like temporarily your problems are set aside when you can find something you're passionate about. And you know what I mean? Like for a small period of time, whether it be however long you're playing with that, it's like you're in that world and your other things are not your focus. And so it can be very therapeutic, brother. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. You lose yourself in it for a little while.
Yeah, exactly. You do. And that's not a bad thing.
No, it's not. It's not like it's, you're not hurting anybody. You're having fun, making friends too,
So who introduced you to this? Was it something you just kind of bumped into, or did a friend, family member?
We just all kind of got into it. We looked into it, and then when we were young, this or something, and it just stemmed from there. We all just started getting them, and who didn't get them did get them later on because they got them, So
all right. So what up, Jeff? My twin brother Jeff's watching.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
Yeah, he's getting up real early in the morning. He's in Abu Dhabi, so it's really early in the morning for him. Good morning, Jeff.
Yeah.
So you're saying like maybe your buddies, like your friends, when you were younger, were all doing it, and you were all kind of doing it together in the beginning?
Yeah, it's my childhood friends. I'm still
Uh-huh.
friends with them to this day.
Okay.
Since kindergarten.
Okay. Very cool.
A handful of buddies that I've been friends with, literally since before school started.
Uh-huh.
So and we're still all friends to this day.
Nice, nice. That's awesome. So I like what Gerald White's put in here. He says passion for something is very important. He says I own a travel business. I work out. I ride my bike every day. I totally agree with him. We just talked about that just a moment ago, that, when you have passion for something, it can help you, get your mind off other things that may or may not necessarily, get you down. It's not like your kidney disease can be a roller coaster of emotions, and if you find passion for something, it is really important, man. It can channel your energy elsewhere, transform you into a different world, so to speak. And I just think that it's very therapeutic. And I agree with Gerald White. Thanks for commenting, Gerald. So Denise Simmons, thanks for watching. I love you. Great. Pray things are good with you. Thanks for praying for him.
Thank you.
We pray for you as well, Denise. She's a great follower of our show, watches a lot of our shows on the Urban Health Outreach Media Network. And Lisa's trying to recruit Jeff to be on her show, the Lisa Baxter Show. Jeff, be on her show. She's a great hostess, and you'll love being on her show, Jeff. So, speaking of, the remote cars again, I want to kind of stay on that a little bit. So, did you ever compete with your buddies, or how competitive did it get when you were playing with these cars? And it sounds like you still have contact with these guys now, right?
Yeah, they don't drive. Well, one of them does, but we're not so much competitive between each other. We just kind of go and just drive when we drive.
Right.
But it is starting to get competitive on the track, because now we're introduced to the track. We weren't at when we were younger, so now it's different. So now, and we're older, so we have kind of a competitive edge to us. We want to track and learn how to race around better and get faster and so forth. So it's getting there, I think.
Okay. All right. Competitive isn't bad. It goes along with that passion that I talked about. As long as the competitive force or competitive nature doesn't, intrude on your friendship. I think that's always, some sort of rivalry like that is kind of, it's good. As long as it doesn't interfere with the friendship, of course. Sometimes that can be bad.
Right.
Hey, so Gerald White, TJ, we got to get coffee someday. So comment below, Gerald, if you're in and around his area. So name the city, if you would, where you're at now currently.
Me?
Yes.
I'm in Newtown. I'm over by Danbury.
Okay, Newtown. Okay. All right, Gerald, I don't know if that's in and around where you're at in the vicinity, but maybe you can hook up, talk about, share stories about dialysis and kidney disease and encourage each other. That'd be awesome.
Definitely.
Very cool. So you've got your border collie. He lives in Boston. Okay. All right. That's probably not too far away then, right?
No, it's about 3 or 4 hours.
All right. Very cool. So your border collie, how long have you had your dog?
He's 4 years old.
4 years old. Okay.
Yep.
And what's his name again?
Rocky.
All right. Rocky. I love that.
Yeah.
Is it because of the movie?
I'm a big fan of Rocky.
All right. Right on. I like that. I was growing up. That was one of my favorite movies, when I was a kid. Yeah, absolutely. And it's, and to have a dog named Rocky, does he live up to the hype? Is he does he have the eye of the tiger?
Well, not. He doesn't. He has not one single aggressive bone in his body. He is a big clown. He's a big frisbee guy. You throw.
Okay.
He loves playing frisbee.
All right. And where do you go play frisbee with him?
Just right out in the yard, wherever.
Okay.
We do go to a dog park over here. It's right down the road, but 90% of the time it's just right outside.
Okay. Man, frisbee with the dog, border collie, which is kind of cool. I love border collies. And he's somewhat docile and passive. He doesn't have a aggressive bone in his body. So, man, that's kind of cool. I love dogs, and you've got one that sounds like he's a real good dog to have around. And, you're a pretty good tandem, are you?
Yeah, he's awesome. I love him. He's the best. He's the
All
best.
right. So we've got Steve here commenting. Ask him if he lives near the school where the shooting occurred.
Yeah, somewhat. I do, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. That is sad.
It's not too
Very
far.
sad. All right. Yeah, you're welcome, Lisa. I had a fabulous time on the Lisa Baxter show. I was on the Lisa Baxter show just last Sunday and had absolutely a fabulous job or a fabulous time. You rocked it, Lisa. You did. All right. You're a diva, but I love that. So, man, let's talk a little bit about your family that you do have. You mentioned that you've got support with your border collie, and then you've got a niece. And remind me again of your other family that you have nearby that gives you support.
Yeah, nearby I have an aunt.
Okay.
My sister and my niece are both in California.
They're in California.
Yeah, they just moved back to Sacramento.
All right.
But I have an aunt that lives in North Haven.
North Haven? And how far away is North Haven from where you're at now?
Not that far, maybe 40 minutes.
Okay. All right. So you can drive there maybe in less than an hour.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. And so has it slowed you down in regards to like having a job and earning income, and how has that been different for you in your life?
Yeah, that definitely changed. I used to work at AT&T. I was I worked outside climbing the telephone poles.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I couldn't no longer do that job. It was way too stressful. And with going to dialysis 3 times a week, I can't do it. I don't know. Some people do it, I think, but
yeah,
I personally.
Wow. No, and I can understand that must have been difficult for you. How did that make you feel? Again, I appreciate you being candid with your answers here, but as a man, I know that it's in our nature. You know what I mean? To feel like we've got to, produce. We've got to produce, and I got to, I got to go get, I got to go do this, and that's kind of what we do as men,
Right.
How did that make you feel, when you had to take a step back? Was that a little difficult for you?
It's still hard. It still sucks. I liked working. I didn't mind it. Of course you wake up and you don't want to go to work and you say,
sure.
All in all, I enjoyed it. I liked going. Yeah. I had a great bunch of guys that I worked with, great garage that I worked with. It was awesome. I didn't have a problem with it. So yeah, it affected me a lot.
I'm sure. Yeah, I can imagine that it may have done that. I know that there have been times in my life where I've either been laid off or I've had to get unemployment, and it's played with me in regards to in my mind, how it played, it made me feel as though maybe what did I do wrong, and what could I have done differently, and how are people viewing me, and so there are so many different things that maybe we think of, and our mind does that. It's human nature to want to be able to move forward, and whenever something happens with us health-wise, and there's an obstacle involved, and we're not doing what we used to do, it's natural to feel maybe less, to feel vulnerable.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, do you think maybe it made you feel weak or vulnerable?
Yeah, yeah. The
Yeah.
whole the whole entire thing did, because you can't do the things you used to do. You don't walk
Mhm.
the way you used to do. You don't feel the way you used to do. It's
Right. Okay.
a bunch of different little changes that you don't notice that are happening, and they're there.
Hmm.
Sooner or later you do notice them, because no matter how positive you stay,
Yeah.
sooner or later you break down. It becomes overwhelming, and then you flush it out and you become positive again, and you go through it all over again.
Hmm.
You break down, you
Right.
do. There's no way of not doing
There's
that.
no way around it. It's natural. Yeah, it is. There's no shame in it. It's natural. In fact, I think that if you do break down, it's actually an indication you're going to feel better, because if you bottle it up, and you don't do anything about it, it's just going to get worse. So, I think that a lot of us need to express our emotions much more openly than we do. I think that we'd be a much better place if we did open up. And that's hard for me to say, because again, as men, we don't do that often enough, or we don't do it as well as we should.
Yeah, but there's
Okay. You feel me?
yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with it at all. I mean,
Yeah.
I said I don't think there's anything wrong with it whatsoever.
Yeah.
I agree.
So we've got Gerald White commenting, man. I love the way he's interactive, and thank you for your comments, Gerald. So he says he worked 30 years during dialysis, but got older, and my bounce back was harder. So yeah, so thanks for your comment. There's a magical thing that happens. I firmly believe that when we comment, when Kidney Warriors comment in this on the broadcast, and even after this is live, and if you're watching the replay now, because this is live now, but if you're watching the replay later and it's not live, please comment then as well, because there's a magical thing that happens. All right, I'm not talking about fairy tales or Disney, but I'm talking about strengthening. All right, TJ, I'm talking about strengthening each other. There's a wonderful thing that happens when you comment, such as what Gerald White's doing, Lisa Baxter, Elizabeth Sterling, Denise Simmons, Martin Petto, Chris Acosta, everybody else that's commented. There's a magical thing that happens, and I think you know what I mean, TJ, and you'll agree with me, is that when you know that someone else has either already gone through what you're going through and comments, or someone who's currently going through what you're going through now is commenting, doesn't that make you feel like you're not alone?
Oh, definitely. It definitely does. Yeah, it makes you feel like you got somebody else out there. Obviously and they're probably thinking the same thing. They're
Yeah.
probably thoughts in their mind.
Right, exactly. It's exactly what happens, and it's, and I do honestly believe it does wonders. Okay, I know I use the word magical, and I'm using some superlatives like that, but man, it is magical in a sense that great things happen when we come together. And we can talk about things. We can have people talking about how they felt when they were on dialysis, or talk and express our feelings about how maybe it made us feel vulnerable, or how maybe we felt like, we're not normal, or that we don't do what we used to do, and it makes us feel different than we used to feel. So talking about those things and getting that out all in the open and sharing it, makes us come together. And I'll tell you what, man, this kidney disease community is strong. All right. I'll show you my guns, but then y'all will get jealous. So I'm not gonna. I'm kidding. But but we are stronger together. We are. All right.
Definitely.
We've got big old. We're cut. We're jacked up when we're together. This kidney disease community, is big, and we're strong, and we can look like giants when we're together. And he says, I learned from dialysis patients and understanding my body than anyone else. So help us understand maybe what you do to, again, you shared with us that you drink the coffee. On a bad day, what kind of music do you listen to, and what has your family done, to help you feel better? Maybe when your moods aren't right, or maybe you for whatever reason you're exhausted, and maybe it's just not a good day. You read a book, watch a comedy, movie, Netflix, binge watch something.
Yeah, I like to binge watch something, and I'll binge watch anything. I'll
All
just
right.
I'll just find something that looks somewhat interesting, that has a decent run, where you're not binge watching
Several
just
seasons.
10 shows. You're binge watching at least like a couple seasons. Um, Anything.
Yeah.
I get into anything, and
All
that
right, brother.
that's fun. That takes you away
Yeah.
from different things. It lets you relax, and you kind of focus on whatever's going on TV than
Right, right.
what's going
No,
on.
I agree. It's kind of like what we talked about a little bit earlier, where, with your passion with your remote cars, I think that sometimes, honestly, when I binge watch something and I'm totally into it, then it can actually give me a little bit of a break from life as well. It's almost like we're transported in on that show when we've got it on our headphones on, or watching it on our smartphone, or watching it on TV, and we're forgetting about some of the problems that we have. Man, if you can do that, that's good. You know
And
what?
also looking forward to it too.
Yeah.
Gives you something to look forward to.
Amen. Amen. Because it can encourage us. There are many shows out there that can maybe not only get your mind elsewhere, but there are many shows out there that have messages of hope, or maybe it's funny and it's a comedy, so it makes you
Right.
laugh. You know what I
Right.
mean? So your laughter is great medicine. And Jeff says, keep your head up high. TJ will find you a living kidney donor superhero.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for watching, Jeff. I know it's super early. Good morning to you, and I hope your day's going well so far. But yeah, please share this. Don't be stingy. All right. I know you know where the share button is. It's somewhere down there. All right. Start a watch party if you can. Let me see if I can find a little something here. Hold on. Let's make some noise. Comment below. All right. So let's get it loud in here. Let's get some more comments. Let's make this interactive, and let's get this going. All right. Because the more people we reach, the better chance we have of reaching somebody who's never heard of his story. All right. Because sometimes what happens is people that are all followers of TJ's page will see his notifications, and they'll get notifications, and they may share it, and then their friends will see it. But if it happens regularly, we're almost sharing to the same people. So we want to share to different people. We want to reach different people that we've never reached before about TJ's story. We want to be able to show his story, get his name out there, and all of the information, so that anybody who feels compassionate enough and stirred, and feels like they can have a heart and give a kidney, then please contact his transplant hospital. So I know my brother Jeff has your information. I may have already commented earlier. Can't find it right now. I know I saved it. Share with us, though, TJ, your transplant hospital information, and then I'll copy and paste it from your page and put it in the comments later. You don't have to give like the precise phone number if you don't have it memorized.
No, I don't have it memorized.
Yeah, that's okay.
But it's New Haven, Yale Transplant.
Uh-huh.
It's in New Haven, Connecticut. It's Yale, basically. Yale.
Okay, right.
It's the transplant center, and I'm going through them. They're a great hospital. I can't speak any more about them. Good stuff about them. They're really
All
good.
right. That's awesome. So you have a good relationship, and you've had good experience.
Yeah, definitely. They're really, they call me right back when I need them to call me back. Any information I need to ask them, they get right on top of it and right. They're really good.
All right, very cool. Is that your border collie that's trying to come into the camera?
Yeah, he's
All
coming.
right.
Hi. Here he is right here.
All right, let me put you solo. Hello. Hi. Hi.
There he is.
Beautiful dog. Beautiful dog.
Yeah, he's awesome. I love him. He's a
Yeah.
great.
Very cool.
I can't ask for a better dog.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
That's very cool. All right. Well, as we're coming to the end, TJ, again, I want to thank you for coming on so we can get your story out there, so that we can get this information and reach as many people as possible, because big things are in store for you, my friend.
I hope
big
so.
things. Yes.
I appreciate being here. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Be prepared for thousands of people to watch this. Okay, it happens.
Right.
This is going to be watched a lot. It's going to be shared. Watch parties will be watched. This is going to be replayed. And so please don't be scared, everybody. This is just me. It's not a mask. It's not a Halloween mask. It's not Halloween. But please share this. Don't be stingy. And be kind. Share. Sharing is caring, and caring is sharing. And before I let you go and say peace out, who would you like to give a shout out to? Who are you going to shout out?
I don't know. Shout out to, I guess, my aunt. She's awesome. She's super supportive. My sister, she's supportive. Both both you and your brother, you guys are fantastic. I couldn't ask for better people to help me out. I mean, this is unbelievable what you guys do. I'm not used to it.
Well, you're welcome. Tell us, give us another look at your dog before we leave, because I think some other people like to see the dog again.
Here he is.
All right. Hello. Woof, woof. Who
What's
let
up?
the dogs out? Nice.
Yep. That's it.
Good looking photo.
That's what he's doing. He's waiting patiently to go outside.
He's being very patient. Yeah, he's being very patient. Good boy.
Usually,
all right. So, Gerald White, thank you for watching, Gerald White. Gerald White, I appreciate all your comments tonight. He says good luck in your quest for a kidney. God bless. Thanks for watching, Lisa, Jeff, many other people, Steve Belcher, Chris Acosta, Kathy Mullen, Elizabeth Sterling, Denise Simmons, anybody else, Martin Petto, everybody, thank you for watching. And TJ, you knocked it out of the ballpark. I don't know that you could have done it any better than the Red Sox.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is awesome.
You're welcome, man. I'm happy we did this. So thank you very much again. Have a good evening, brother. Peace.
You too. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. All right, guys, man. Boom. I told you that we don't stop. All right. We heard it tonight from a strong kidney warrior. All right. This guy brought it. All right. And man, he was able to talk to us about, how it makes him feel vulnerable. He talked about how it's not easy. All right. And I'm asking for compassion. All right. I'm asking for us to find grace from God. And to do that, all right, we have to show faith. Okay. And for God to see our faith, we have to show him by sharing. Okay. We've got to put forth action. Okay. Faith in God means we need to do our work. Thanks, Denise. Thanks for saying it's a good show. So please, all right, share, start a watch party, share this in large Facebook groups, share it to your friends, share it in Facebook Messenger, share it on Twitter. All right. Let's catch this on fire. Lit it like a firecracker. We just had the 4th of July, so I know y'all have matches. Light it. Okay, get this lit. All right, I appreciate your following. Without y'all help, I wouldn't be able to get this going and spotlight kidney warriors. It's what I love. It's my passion. I love helping people, and I love helping the kidney disease community. So I